Gotta get some water. If you are feeling generous. Huh? Ah. Hello.
Hello, Roz.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
As you see, I'm here tonight.
Okay. Here we go.
We don't have it tomorrow.
What'd you say?
I'm here tonight since we don't have it tomorrow. And
Oh yeah, thanks. I'm so glad you could come.
yeah.
So glad. Yes. Let's see what we have for tonight. Oh, let me see what we have for one. Deb. Ooh, I like that picture. One. We flag that. Blue flag. Oh no, that's from before. No. No.
It's just you and me, Roz.
Today's the 29th. No, the 30th. No, I heard from somebody earlier. No, that's June 26th. Here we go. No, that's not till. No, can't make it tonight. Fix it up. Natasha says dot. Okay. I can do. Oh, that's Deborah Unger. No.
It just turned 7 o'clock.
Okay. Can't make tonight. Okay. Wowzy woozy wow wow. All right. Well, we shall see.
I'm gonna hang out for a few minutes and see.
Yes, I will hang out. And let me just text my son. Ask your father, please. I am teaching. Okay. So yes, I am. Oh, let me get my little notebook. Oh, there it is, right close by. So what did you work on today?
I pulled some sides from Showfax for Angel of Darkness. This is the Caleb Carr book that came after The Alienist.
Okay.
And so I chose, it's not a long scene, and I think I was about 75 to 80% successful. I'm finding in the things that I'm not as facile at, I need a lot more time. And, but, you know, that's okay. So it's a period piece.
Ooh, fun.
With a dialect, with a lot of anger and physical things to do.
Ooh, fun.
So, so I thought, well, that's a challenge.
Ooh, fun, fun, fun.
And if that's were being shot here, I think I'd, have a shot at the role. But I think roles of this size, if they're shooting again in Romania or wherever, then I don't have much chance.
Where do they cast it?
Well, casting here, but I think they're just casting the major roles here. And because they're shooting it in Eastern Europe, they're not going to take the whole complement of actors. So I have my manager trying for it, but uh-oh, here comes somebody.
Ashley. The lovely Ashley.
Okay,
Oh, good. I don't think we did this one. Oh. Okay. Great. Here,
I also did what I would do for the audition, which is a suggestion of the hair of the period.
Nice.
But not really not doing anything over the top. I would do the same thing if I were going in to their office.
Terrific. Terrific, terrific, terrific. So, hi, Ashley. Okay, so I have,
Hey.
welcome. I have my mini lesson. Did I do, I don't think I did this mini lesson. The confession, compassion, action. Does that sound familiar?
I don't think so.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Okay. So it has kind of a story to it. So I was procrastinating, and oh yeah, it has, okay, this has like a two-parter. Okay, so let me just write down the second part, just in case I forget. About the sides. Okay, here we go. So I think I mentioned that I did this movie last November, and that in the movie I'm mostly on the phone. And then and I went down to Alabama and I shot the on-screen part, and then I still had to do the audio part. And then the phone part, and then the phone part, I was gonna go down and do it, but then I was doing a play when it was time to do the phone, when they were shooting the phone part. So I didn't do it. And they just read my off-screen lines when I was supposed to be on the phone, blah, blah, blah. And then, anyway, so I just kept putting it off and putting it off. And so now here it is, June, and I'm supposed to still record my off-screen lines. And then they said, oh, well, do you want the director to come up here and work with you to do the off-screen lines? And I was like, no, I don't want that. Because you know how sometimes when you're doing voiceover, it can be very intense, alone, just you and the director, and I don't like that feeling. And so they're like, and do you want to be on Skype? No, I don't want to do that. Well, I'll just send you recordings and you just give me notes, right? I'm off the entire month of June, right? I was just doing this class and this recording. And so come middle of June, I still hadn't sent anything, done nothing. And I just didn't feel at all like I didn't remember the character, didn't remember what I did, didn't feel anything like I'm sorry, I got to send my son something. Oh, he said, okay. I just didn't feel in any way, shape, or form ready to do it. And they kept nudging me. They sent me all the, all the whatever, the files of the other person doing it, and all the dailies and stuff. And I didn't even look at them. I just kept procrastinating. June 16th comes, I haven't done nothing. And, I opened I got the script again, and none of it seemed familiar to me. And producers started blowing up my phone with texts, not opening the emails. It just kept getting worse and worse. And so then herein lies the mini lesson. So what I realized is that I was experiencing a lot of fear. Like I didn't even feel like I could be that character anymore. I felt like so much has changed in me. Like I couldn't, that was back when I was doing that pilot and I was feeling so zippity doo dah. I was doing a lot of acting and, and since then I've been doing a lot of teaching. I've been up at the university all semester. I just didn't even know. And I just realized like my whole energy was different. And I was feeling so much fear. And the first thing I needed to do was like recognize it. And I needed to recognize it and admit it. So the first step was confession. So I had to tell, and it was like, no matter what accommodation, did I want to come to Alabama? No. Did I want them to come to me? No. Did I want to go to a studio? No. Nothing did I want. I was like, and I'm getting paid. There was nothing that I was willing to do. And then, so I had to admit, I said, I'm afraid, I'm scared. I'm scared to do this again. And then I had to have compassion for myself. So confession, then compassion. So then once I admitted it, I have to, and you can't just admit it to yourself. You also have to admit it to whoever you need to admit it to. I had to tell them too. I had to say, I'm scared to play this part. I'm actually intimidated. I forgot what I was doing. I just don't feel connected to the project anymore. I'm all by myself. Of course, I have isolated. I have not taken you up on all your things, right? I'm doing the Joe Biden here, right? Being very stubborn. And then, so once you sort of come clean, then of course, they were very nice. They offered me compassion. But then, so it's confession, compassion, and then you got to take that first action. And that is that very messy, horrible first draft. That is that I just had to send that nasty first take, and I just had to send that mess of like, I don't know, some of them had an accent, some of them didn't. Some of them sounded like your old auntie. Some of them sounded sexy, like Beyonce. I didn't know who am I, right? I just didn't. I did the scenes out of order. Also, they sent me the dailies out of order. So I was doing them out of order. And so also it's a Black comedy. So I wasn't sure about the tone, but I just sent them, right? And then I was finally out of the stuck place. And that is exactly what you have to do to move through your work. To move through the fear when you think you're not freaking good enough to start the work, to approach the work, is that you have to do that first freaking mess of a horrible first take. It's like when you have to do an accent, especially like when you have to be like an African. Like I always feel intimidated when I have to be an African, when I have to play like a whole nother culture. I always feel like I am stinking up the room. Like when I had to play that Russian, or when I have to sing, I'm like, oh, this is horrible. You just have to sing at least once, sing the song, um, so you got to do that one time. And then you're like, it's like you've broken your cherry. You did it. And then from then on, you can start to take notes and you can start to work with it. And now you've been exposed, right? And now you can have compassion with yourself. And other people can start, and like now it's over. Now you can start to work, right? And so that is the mini lesson for today, is that you kind of got to first like confess your fear and then have compassion for yourself and be like, yeah, kind of hard sometimes. And you sort of have to forgive yourself and you have to suffer through that not knowing, that just like that mess of that of not knowing what you're doing. And but you got to do it anyway. And tomorrow I've been off for an entire month of my rehearsal. You know, I'm in a show, but it's in rep, and we've been rehearsing a month, and then we took a month off. And tomorrow we're gonna do a run through after no rehearsal for a month. It's gonna be a hot mess, right? Gotta run through. So anyway, that's the lesson. Sometimes you gotta just do it. And then you can start the work again. That's it. That's the mini lesson. It's over. Mercifully. Okay.
Is it ever weird to you that we're always on mute and you're just talking and we just like,
what?
I said, is it ever weird to you that you're always talking and like we're on mute and it's like almost like you're talking to yourself? That's why I try to unmute to be like, hey, so I can have my presence here. Like, I hear you, I'm responding. I don't know, maybe that's me projecting, but I'm always like, I want her to hear feedback.
Yeah,
hey.
we do lots of hand signals, Ashley.
Yeah, I'm like.
In the money group, we're like.
It's all right.
I just thought about that.
Thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Well, I just think like, because sometimes people have loud houses, so.
Oh, well, yeah.
That way, you know,
like
just in case you wanted to fart, or, you know, your partner's talking, or your TV's on, or you're not listening. It gives you options. It gives you options.
Yeah. True.
I just, you know. Anyway, so yeah. So, or you guys can talk. You have options.
Sounds good to me.
It's easier when there's three.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's
put my video in.
Anyway, let's you guys can talk, or you guys can we can move into scene work. Either way.
You can go on the scene work.
Okay.
And Shakita sent a telegram saying she can't make it tonight. She'll catch you on the makeup class.
Okay, I will see her there. Wonderful. Okay. Let me check. Can you do me, please? Let me make sure. Let me do one little thing.
Okay.
Greg, are you getting the Coleman sticker? Do you see Coleman sticker? Okay. Okay. All righty. Let's jump in, Miss Deborah. Okay. Let's look at this video. Oh, Ashley, that looks good too. Both of these look good.
Thanks.
All right. Sharing the desktop. Share. Okay. Let me hide some of this stuff. Starting with this. All right. So who are you? Who are you talking to? Unmute, please, lady. Lovely lady.
There we go. Sorry. Ashley, this is Angel of Darkness, which is a Caleb Carr book. it's set in New York, and it's in the 1870s, 80s, when Teddy Roosevelt was mayor of New York. And so it's a hospital, and it's at a time when most of the women who worked in hospitals as nurses or cleanup ladies and all that, a lot of them were like, hookers just trying to get off the street. And they weren't people with any training, and so they really had to be watched out for. So I'm the matron that does that. And this one gal that I'm after is really not stupid or bad, but she just is not healing. She's not, I can't get her under my thumb. There's been a murder in town, and she's sitting and reading a newspaper, which most of the nurses can't even read, that has a picture of the dead body, decapitated body on the front page of the newspaper.
Oh.
And I catch her doing that.
Okay.
What are you doing, you stupid girl? Someone left it on the bench, ma'am. They found a body. They'll find your body if you don't get back to work this instant. Oh, and do you find it acceptable that you wander in here any old time and leave the new girl to fend for you? Where was Colleen? Did you sass me, you ungrateful wretch? There was a jumper on the subway matron. I could not go anywhere. You can walk. I was in the tunnel, ma'am. Stupid. And you, with your mouth all agape, you'll get to work or you'll feel the sting of me hand as well.
Good. I love the ending. Love like the last three beats. Those are great. What is the rush?
I don't know. I realized that I was rushing and I didn't know why. The way it's written, she's just full on angry the full time. And
Yeah, she can be angry.
that was making, my interpretation of that was making me rush. I was aware I was rushing.
But let her come up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let her walk up. She's doing her duties. She comes to the bench. She sees the girl.
Mm-hmm.
She sees what she's reading. She sees she's reading something.
Mm-hmm.
She sees she has to clock what it is. Right?
Yes.
Those are the moments.
Yeah.
Then she's triggered.
Yeah.
Right? So that needs to establish. That's what needs to.
I'm with you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that'll play. Might as well watch it again.
I don't know why the sound is so mucky.
Oh, am I up enough?
What are you doing, you stupid girl? Someone left it on the bench, ma'am. Found him.
See, it's the instant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They'll find your body if you don't get back to work this instant. Oh, and do you find it acceptable that you wander in here any old time and leave the new girl to fend for her own? Where was Colleen? How dare you sass me,
Good. Even the transitions, right? Yeah.
you ungrateful wretch. There was a jumper on the subway matron. I could not go anywhere. You can walk. I was in the tunnel, ma'am. Stupid. And you, with your mouth all agape.
Good. And that's when it gets good, when you see the other girl.
You'll
Right.
get to work or you'll feel the sting of me hand as well.
Right? Because that's when you start letting things play out.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's when, yeah, then it's good. When you let things take as long as they need to take,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah. There are so many moving parts, I guess.
Let them move.
Yeah.
Let them take as long, like they all happen in real time.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So as long as it takes for her to put a newspaper down, for her to hide a newspaper, right?
Well, the matron grabs it from her.
Right, as long as that takes. As long as all the real stuff takes. For you to see what it is. For as long as every real thing takes.
Okay.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That'll do it. That'll be good.
So my big risk there was I did not have a stitch of makeup on. Well, I'm saying risk, no, but it was a choice. I
Mhm.
just made that just this, there's no need.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Absolutely fine. Goody goody. Yes. Where did you shoot this, Ashley?
This is a continuation of, since it was callback week and I was traveling and I just got home with my baby, I just say, you know what? I don't want to stress myself out. This has been a crazy Zoom class for me. It was just really weird. But it was weird because I booked a lot of stuff. So that's a good thing. But at a time when I thought, oh, I have time to take class and relax, I just all of a sudden got booked. So I was
Murphy
like,
Law.
what can I do to still feel like I'm getting some feedback? So I just sent the last parts of the Coming to America thing that I did just
Okay.
to get some, you know, just maybe because it does help me when I get feedback, even if I've already done it.
Oh,
So and it's not that, yeah. So it's
I'm-
the same scenario.
I have no critique and nothing wrong with, I'm happy to put my 2 cents in.
Thank you.
That's all it's gonna be, is my 2 cents. Okay, let me see, where did this just go to? Wait, I just wanna, hold on one sec. Oh, here it is. Can you see it?
Yes.
Look at me, daughter of Nextoria. I know what it's like to feel meaningless in the service of your father. But I see you. You have a warrior soul. Let me carry your burden while you rest. Give me this honor, Oboto.
That's good. That's lovely.
Your father has sent for you. There is an urgent matter at hand.
Is it the increasing threats from General Issy? His army of Nextorian thugs have creeped closer to our border.
Well, Izzy is a long-standing ally. There's nothing.
If I am to serve as a daughter of a future king, should I not be present at all matters, urgent or otherwise?
Not now, Mika. I need to see father alone.
I know the traditions of our land. Tell me,
That's
Simi,
good.
this urgent matter, does it concern my marriage to a suitor who shall one day sit on the throne of Zamunda?
That's cute. Good. That's nice. All right. Okay. So let's talk. So this isn't terrible.
Okay.
What I think this needs, it needs an opening beat, right? It needs a life. So you're not staring there.
Into the distance.
Yeah, that you have that something's going on, you know, that makes it feel like
Okay.
not acting. Oops. What have we there? Right?
Yeah.
Daughter of Nextoria. I know what it's like to feel meaningless.
You know, that makes it feel just a little bit more intimate, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, like maybe like at a little angle, right? So you're saying, look at me,
Yeah.
right? So he's not looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
So he feels bad or something. He's.
Oh, I'm really. Oh, yeah. I mean, not that it matters, but I'm just the background for this one was
Yes, please.
there's a rival country or whatever next to us, Nextoria, whatever.
Yeah.
And this is she's the daughter of her father.
Right.
And her father has just given her away to basically like the general of a bad army. And he's like, you're going to marry this man. And so she's escaped to our country, and she's in a room filled with all the women, all the royal women, including myself and my sister. And she's like trying to be strong, but I'm telling her, listen, this is where you can be, you can, just relax and just let it all go. Let it out, because I know how you're feeling. I know what you're going through. I know you're a warrior, but this is the moment when you can just be a woman and you can just release. And I'm saying, give me this. Give it to me so that you can release.
So are you cheering her up?
I'm not necessarily cheering her up. I'm telling her it's okay to be soft. It's okay to want to cry, to want to faint. Because at the end, she faints in my arms and she's like just distraught or whatever.
Okay.
Instead of trying to keep up a facade, like I'm strong and I'm happy to do this. This is my birthright. I'm supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to feel any kind of way.
So it's kind of like an intimate moment?
Yes, very intimate.
Oh, okay.
Look at me, daughter of Extoria. I know what it's like to feel meaningless in the service of your father.
Okay, good. So then I would say, I would create a beat of like, I'm taking off my mask, right?
Okay, because I'm asking you to do the same.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So I might like, so you guys are in a, but I'm pulling her off to the side for a real private moment.
I think it just said in the thing that it's like a room, I guess, in like that in cultures with that kind of stuff where all the women, like the women's room, where the women gather and be women, I guess. Yes. And so then it's only royal women and I guess maybe their closest attendants. So it just says that I take her and grab her face, but I didn't want to grab her face.
Right. So then I might do that, right? So I might like, I'm pulling her off to the side, right? So we're going for a private moment.
Okay.
Right. So there's all the other women are there. So I'm going like, come here, right? I'm going like, come here, right? And I'm pulling her to me.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a really small moment.
Okay.
I'm going to create that in my physicality.
Got you.
Right. And I'm going to first I'm going to see like this whole room. I'm going to be like, come here, sis. Like, come on.
Okay.
So I'm going to do all that to help create this.
Okay.
Like we're getting over here into the corner, and mess myself up so it doesn't feel like a presentation. You know what I mean? So that would help it feel like not.
What do you mean by mess yourself up?
Like put my hair behind my ears or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I'm sitting down or I'm,
Yeah, no. Okay.
I know what it's like. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, let's talk.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
I need to change it up. I don't want to be like
pulled up. Yeah.
I know what it feels like to be the daughter of a freaking king. So I just want to help you get off the pedestal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And I think that of course I hate the crossfade. I feel like it ruins the closing.
I know.
Ruins the opening beat. And you have a really nice, you have a nice moment here and you have a nice moment there, but those get jacked up.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Your father has sent for you. There is an urgent matter at hand.
That's really nice.
Increasing threats from General Iffy?
If I were you, I would definitely coach on that accent. that would just bravissimo the accent.
Yeah.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
You look so
Yeah.
beautiful. And you definitely have some adorable beats in there. It just
Mhm.
like sometimes my ear goes and it's just the dialect a little bit. And and you don't
Don't
want
cover my accent.
yeah, and like why have that be a problem?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like and that can be and that shouldn't be if you coach on it, it could be a and even if you just do it doesn't have to be specific, it can be just like a really solid general African accent,
Mhm.
but it's consistent with itself.
Yeah.
And then once you get the job, you can make it specific to whatever region it's
They
in.
want. Yeah.
Right. And then it's like so solid. That's what
Yeah,
I
that's definitely something for in the future because I've never really gotten I've never gotten an African request, but I've also, when like with straight theater, I also bypassed. Anytime I saw something that said, we need someone that has an African accent, I just, won't go in for it. But there are things that are increasingly, they want an accent or even like British stuff because there's such an African presence over there. They need someone that has an African background and not African American because it's not in America. So that is a tip that I definitely will take because who knows the next time I'll need it, and I want to have be able to have it down to
There's so
somewhat to
many,
a certain
like,
extent.
right now there are like so many African playwrights.
Oh yeah.
And then there's like, so I would get a general African, that you feel great about, and a general Caribbean that you feel great about.
Yeah.
That you can do. It's just like having a general Southern,
Well, I got that one.
Yeah, exactly. And they can't be too specific because if they're so specific, then America won't understand you.
Yeah.
And then we make them better once we get the gig.
Yeah.
Ashley, you can just Google.
Mhm.
There are all kinds of recordings. Some are better than others because some they just have people reading a text that has nothing to do with, the culture or anything. But there are a lot of culture ones and they'll identify where they're from. But you can just listen to a lot just on the net.
Okay.
And just put in general African accent and you'll be stunned by how much stuff comes up. A lot of people will YouTube as well who have full accent.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna be a little bit more aggressive with it and just have it in my back pocket.
Yeah, I definitely think and then you just like decide on I'm gonna do 5 things, I'm gonna do them consistently. I'll be consistent with myself. Boom.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do it all.
Yeah.
And then it's like that's good enough.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had a question, and this is just in general. So even though, because I think that I like the physicality stuff because then that definitely grounds me for like, especially for opening beats. Because one of the things that I was going to do before I, just did this last minute trip, whatever, was a scene that was all acting in the script. There was literally only one line, "Daddy, I'll fix it." Everything else was acting and going through stuff, whatever. But this is the scene that they choose you to send in and submit. So you're like, how am I supposed to come up with a field and tractors and this is that and the other stuff and say this one line? Like, what am I doing? So, and to go back into what you just said, you just told me about the whole pull the person to the side and do whatever. That was grounding, but it also wasn't what was written. But it's kind of hard to do what's written when you don't have 8 women around you. So what is the middle ground? Or is that okay to every time just make your own physicality?
Okay, for every scene, it's different. But every scene requires staging.
Yes.
Every scene requires staging. And staging is, where am I? What am I doing? Right?
Yes.
In the scene. So it's always so that you're never just standing there reading.
Yeah.
Unless it's a scene where you're standing there reading, where that's the only time you're standing there reading. So what am I actually, so add that to your question. What am I doing? Where am I? Add that, right? So that you're doing something and not waiting for them to say, not waiting for a line to start, so that you have some life going on. In fact, I'll just show you this. I think I have. Just because I'm still teaching, I think I have this from yesterday's class. So we have here we go. Is it this one? Is this the one that I'm thinking of? Oh, I think it's this one. So here we have, these are, these are Dr. Scenes. I think this is, these are Dr. Scenes. And Dr. Scene, she's talking to the patient. You guys, it's the same script that you guys have read. I think it's, is it New Amsterdam?
Oh, yeah.
It might be New Amsterdam. She's got the patient and she's got the husband, who's also a doctor, comes in and he's talking to his wife, the sick patient.
Mm-hmm.
And she's dealing with, you know, the sick patient. So I think this is, so I'm gonna start. So look at the physicality. It's not,
Yeah.
just watch the physicality on this. Oh no, that's not the right scene. I think it's this one.
Baby's in distress. No, you're okay. It's okay. Big old heart toning slow at 100. Max, you're okay. Ultrasound up. Sad. Your placenta's obstructing your cervix. Nowhere for the baby to go.
And corticosteroids, and let's start blood tests.
Speak, dancing. No, you did nothing wrong.
Georgia, cannot control. It's cesarean. And
But the baby's not ready. She's not ready. Are your brains intact? Beating slowed down.
I still want a blood test. Somebody tell me what the fetal heart rate is.
I can't find the baby's heartbeat. Suzanne? Suzanne?
Do we have a name for baby girl yet?
Luna.
Okay, so she got totally overwhelmed with who was where and what was going on, blah, blah, blah. All right, so watch the, so that was like, that was funny, right? She was like, oh my God, I'm lost, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we fixed the staging. I think we did a couple more takes.
Look at the.
but now watch it when she's clear on, we put all the medical people on one side because the scene requires that she pays attention to everything, right? That's a requirement of the scene, okay?
Ladies in distress.
All right, so I'm gonna show you the third take now.
Luna.
Can you see it okay? Okay. Okay, so here's, okay, here's the last one.
BP 160 over 110.
Okay, wait. I think this might be the, trying to show you, I'm trying to find the last one. I know the last one
Did
could,
very well though, Roz.
huh?
Yeah, the volume is really low.
Okay, I'll put the volume up. Okay, let me, I think that might be it.
Right.
On 3, 1.
Okay, here we go, I'll make it louder. Doo-doo-doo. Let's see if it's 6 minutes, probably the last 2 minutes, okay. Okay, the last, I'm gonna go to, okay, I'm gonna go to 4 minutes.
How can I help? Bleeding.
And draw chem panel,
Bleeding.
transabdominal.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to find the right,
BP 160
okay,
over
ready?
110.
I need a transabdominal ultrasound, mag sulfate 4 grams IV.
She's bleeding.
And draw chem panel, chem 24 and a coag panel. And let's get the fetal monitor on
How can I help?
by getting out of the way.
This is my wife.
And she needs you. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Here, I got you. Baby's in distress. No, you're okay. It's okay.
Push for mag sulfate.
Fetal heart tones low at
This is the
100.
good one.
Max, focus on me. You're okay. Ultrasound up.
She's complete previa.
What's that? Your placenta's obstructing your cervix. Nowhere for the baby to go.
Okay, RH immune globulin, corticosteroid, and let's start the blood transfusion.
Is this because of me? Because of the dancing? No, you did nothing wrong.
Georgia, if we cannot control the bleeding, we're going to need to do an emergency cesarean, understand?
The baby's not ready. She's not ready.
We're not going to have a choice
Are her membranes intact?
for now.
Bleeding slowing down.
I still want a blood transfusion. Can somebody tell me what the baby's heart rate is?
I can't find it.
What?
I can't find the baby's heartbeat.
Baby girl.
Suzanne?
There you are, baby girl. Happy and healthy. Okay, you're okay. Georgia, you're both okay. We have a name for baby girl yet?
Luna.
Breath, maybe take off your hat, take off your, and look at everybody, yeah, a little smile. You see? So, you see how we put, so from the beginning, when it's not clear,
Yeah.
it's a mess, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like you can't handle it. So then we put all the medical stuff on one side. And she's doing random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as her hands are just out of the field, but she's just doing random stuff.
Yeah.
Wherever her eyes, and then what we said is instead of there being one monitor, there are 5 monitors. So wherever her eyes land, they're correct.
Mm.
Right? And instead of being like, oh, there's only one assistant, there are 3. Right?
Yeah.
So and they're all medical people, so that they're all right. Right? And so instead of being so hyper about only one person's here, and then the guy's there and the guy can move. Right?
Yeah.
So that you have flexibility with your imagination. So then it only took establishing. So now you have to just tell the story. Now you see how many balls you have to keep in the air? It's as many balls as the story requires.
Yeah.
period. Period. So
Yeah.
you have to, so it's really about telling the story and making that look like that is what you're doing and not like there's no struggle in telling the story.
Yeah. I think that's what gets lost sometimes when you get sides or you're working on something, because you're like, oh my God, you try to become all the cameras and all the movie magic, but you can't. And that, I think for me, I can only speak for myself, that's what overwhelms me, because I'm like, okay, I obviously cannot do all of this stuff, but what is going to get me in the room? And I think in turn, even when I say that, I still overwhelm myself because I'm trying to like do something that's going to like make them pick me instead of just telling the story and telling the truth.
Okay, so one thing, the one real advantage of Kimberly being of Kimberly coming to class is that now she can see she doesn't have to work so hard, right? You saw in her first take she was overwhelmed and she was working way too hard, and I'm like, look, let's be it's imaginative. Let's be more flexible, right? We're imagining this shit so it can move around. It's on wheels, right? So and also, and so you actually, since you're at home, put it on tape, see what works. You know, that helps a lot, right? So once we got that, and we also found once we found that she did not have to stay on those people for so long. A quick glance at the couple was enough to establish it, right? Instead of like having to stare at them so long, just a quick glance, and then she could get back to her medical shit, right? So she didn't have to look at them for so long, right? That's all she had to do. And we didn't even know that until she did it, that how quick that glance could be, to be like, get out of here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're fucking up, right? And that freed her up.
Yeah. The first time the physicality seemed a little, I was kind of focusing more on that. I was like, okay, how long is she gonna wash her hands? How long is she gonna do this? Like, this doesn't even look real. But the second time, the last take, I was not, I mean, it didn't even matter what she was doing, because I was like, oh, okay, this works. I mean, I don't know what that was, but.
And it was so funny because one thing was like the lifting of the body.
Yeah.
The lifting of the body, because she was doing it so quick, we didn't believe it. And that was totally throwing the whole thing off. So then we found, like, once she sort of extended that, like just us being able to buy that helped us buy everything else. You know, and it's like little things like that. And like, it can't come into the frame, but it needed to be longer and the body needed to be heavier. We need to buy that, you know? And so you have to, it's like we have to play around a little bit, and it has to be in our imagination. Now, a casting director will be real quick to tell you to not do Don Panamon, because if you suck, they're gonna tell you don't do anything, right? And it will totally throw you off. Look, what is happening in the audition needs to happen. Your body needs to buy it. If you're just standing there and you're like, what, no heartbeat, right? And you're not doing anything, you won't believe it. You yourself won't. If I go, there's no heartbeat, I feel stupid. I'm doctoring. Oh no, you know, I don't feel like, you know, I need to do something.
Yeah.
You know? And so you have got to work these things out for yourself. And so each scene requires whatever it requires. So you're gonna and they're all different.
Yeah.
And let that be part of the fun. You know, part of the fun is figuring out, what am I doing? What's the opening? What am I doing? And challenging yourself to say, okay, do I have the courage to actually do this, or am I just gonna stand there? Because that's what because you know, I'm too scared.
Yeah.
It's not a commercial. After your slate, start doing something. You know, you have an environment in your imagination. Be involved, like be in a full scale environment. You know, as long as your feet are on the mark, you know, in the obvious mark, in front of the
Mhm.
camera. The rest of it is completely free. You know, and you know, or the chair is on the mark or whatever. The axis of your body is on the mark. I mean, you can turn, you can, you know, you have all 100% flexibility.
Yeah.
And you sort of want that sort of, because you want to feel natural. You know, you want to feel playful, natural. You know, unless, of course, it's a formal situation where you don't want to feel playful, natural, whatever. You know, for whatever. You know, it's completely led by the text, completely 100% led by the text. And so you're just going to be just always challenging yourself. Like, okay, so what am I going to do for this one? What am I going to do for that one? So I can show you like 50,000 different starts, different beginnings. And that's sort of like fun. You know, how am I going to start this one? How am I going to start that one? How am I going to start this one? How am I going to start that one? How am I going to start this one? How am I going to start that one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start. How am I gonna start? How am I gonna start? How am I gonna start? What's my opening gonna be? You know, and it's like, how am I not gonna be just freaking standing there with the paper?
That'll be your new mini lesson.
Yeah.
Call it How to Start.
Yeah.
Start. Mhm.
And it's always, you know, it's like, I'm always like, what's the opening? What's the opening? What's the opening? Because you know, if you could do a great opening and a great closing, sometimes you're not really sure about the middle. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have some mishigash in the middle. You know, you always have the opening off book. You always have the closing off book. You always want a strong start.
Word.
And I'm telling you, you can get some gigs that way.
Yeah.
You can really convince some people. You know, you can have that hello. And then, yeah. So, yeah. So I think that just keep going. So are you back in Texas, Ashley?
I am. I'm dealing with. Yeah, am I on mute? No. Okay. Yeah, I'm back in Texas. I'm dealing with hard-headed teenagers.
Oh.
Yeah, I normally don't come this early, but I had to. So I normally come back home like the end of July. It's through the first weeks of school, but you know, duty calls, so I'm here. So yeah, but I'll be back next week though. Well, yeah, Saturday.
Okay.
So, but it is good to be home.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Well,
Oh, I do need to. I didn't. Are you? What are you doing? Not to do the personal stuff, but I still had to get my digital review. I completely forgot about it. But I think I have to get it done by. It was supposed to be today.
I'm here. I mean, we could do it right now.
Okay. Well, when we finish, we could do it. Cause I'm just.
Yeah, because we're done.
We're done.
They're like, listen, we good. I'm going.
I got stuff, you know. I've also been with Rod for so long now.
Yeah. Yep. I'm good. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So I'll leave y'all to your digital review. All good thoughts for your nephew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
Thank
good thoughts that it all works out for the best.
you. Yeah, I hope so. I'm praying. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Good to see you again, Deb.
Good to see you, Ashley.
Bye.
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 All right. Let's end this meeting, and then just so I won't be on this tape. And
That's
then,
all I was about to say. Yeah.
yeah, and then I will. I'm gonna throw you a link inside of Zoom, and then you just inside
Okay. Cool.
Telegram, and then you just click that. Okay.
Got it.
All
Okay.
right, bye.